Have you ever stood at the crossroads of desire, wrestling with the urge to indulge versus the will to resist? Today, we dive deep into the art of mastering temptations, exploring whether it's wiser to dodge them or face them head on. Join us as we unravel the secrets to conquering your urges and transforming your willpower into unstoppable force. Welcome to Conquer the Call. Welcome to the Marcus All Good Show. I appreciate everybody watching, listening. If you're watching on YouTube, I haven't really posted a bunch of the videos, but you can listen to it on YouTube and, of course, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And today we are going to be talking about avoiding temptation and resisting temptation. So, understanding the difference between avoiding temptation and resisting temptation is crucial in managing behavior and making effective decisions, especially when it comes to maintaining healthy habits or making lifestyle changes. Here's a detailed look at each approach. Now, let's take a look at the avoiding temptation. Avoiding temptation is going to be pretty hard. But, anyways, the definition of avoiding temptation involves proactively staying away from situations, environments, or stimuli that may lead to you to engage in behaviors you're trying to stop. It's about preemptively removing the possibility of facing the temptation. I personally avoid a whole lot of temptation spots. You know, I don't go to the bar anymore. I don't go to fast food restaurants. I barely eat pizza. I'm not going to put myself into the best pizza place or put myself in those kind of situations where I'm going to eat bad, make bad choices. Definitely don't want to break my sobriety. So if I were to go to the bar and hang out with people from the bar or at the bar, you're going to start looking at the alcohol and definitely you're probably going to break your sobriety pretty quick. So as long as if you're putting yourself in those situations, or if I avoid the gym, it's not going to be very good. But if I put myself in a situation where I'm going to the gym, that's probably a better situation than going to the bar. So I definitely put myself in better positions to make better choices throughout the day than a lot of people do. So some of the key characteristics are is a proactive strategy. It involves planning ahead to avoid circumstances where you know you'll be tempted. I do that a lot. If we go to a new city or we're going out to dinner, I will plan ahead to find out what's on the menu and to pick what I'm going to go with. Like if there's nothing but pastas, but they have a salmon dish, I'm probably going to pick the salmon. Or, if they have a good salad. Like we go to Cravers all the time and I stick to the same menu. It's going to be the salad with a tuna steak on top and then some Italian dressing. Nice and simple, easy. It's healthy. You probably have a little bit of oil on the tuna, but not very much. You get a little bit of fat from the dressing, and that's all you get. But if you go there without a plan, there's a whole lot of fried seafood. You got fried shrimp, you got fried scallops, you got grilled scallops, you got all sorts of different things that you could get into that's going to make you make bad choices. But if you go in with a plan, it's going to be a lot easier. Number 2, environmental control. Manipulating or changing your environment to minimize the presence or impact of temptations. I have done that a lot, and if you need any help, just let me know. But like I just talked about, like staying away from the bar, staying away from, your fast food restaurants that you totally enjoy or that you think you enjoy, going to the pizza plates all the time. Just stay away from those places. You're not going to make very good decisions if you go there, especially when you're hungry. Or even at the grocery store, go when you're not hungry, but you stay on the outside. Don't get tempted by going into the middle of the aisles and seeing what's down there with all the processed foods. All right, another one, prevention focused. The focus is on preventing the temptation from arising rather than dealing with it in the moment. Preventing it is going to be, the other two, proactive strategies and environmental control. Really reducing your options, just going in with a plan, just just looking for a way to get rid of the temptation. You're probably going to want that mouthgasm, but just don't do it. Just try and pick something else. All right, let's talk about some benefits. It reduces the need for willpower since the temptation is not present. Going into let's go back to a pizza place. I love Raven Night and I love eating pizza as much as the next person does, but I really have to control what I eat and how much of it I eat. But if I go in there hungry and that's all we're going to eat is pizza, it's going to be a lot harder to control eating two pieces and not trying to eat the whole pie. And same way with fast food. If you don't go in with a plan, you're going to go in there hungry, and you're going to go in with whatever's quick and sounds best to your mouth. Number 2, decreases the frequency of facing decisions that could lead to undesirable behavior. Definitely going to a bar would be very undesirable behavior coming out after that. Same with, we're just sticking with the topic of eating, I guess. The just eating bad, you're going to feel bad afterwards. You're going to be tired. You're going to be sluggish. It's just not going to be a productive day after you get done eating that. Often easier to manage over the long term as it reduces the cognitive load of making the right choice repeatedly. Making the right choice repeatedly is always in favor. I'm always in favor of that. I eat the same lunch every day just because I meal prep it on Sundays and make that good decision that if I take it with me, I'm going to eat this. I have no other desire to go anywhere else. Even if somebody asks me, you want to go to lunch? You want to eat something? I'd say no. I have my lunch. It's okay. Now, I will go hang out with them, do different things, but I'm going to eat my lunch first, or I'm going to take it with me. I will warm up my lunch, and I'll go sit inside Chick-fil-A and eat it, especially with my kids. I have no shame in that. I don't need to be eating all that. All right, so the next one is resisting temptation. The definition of resisting temptation means facing a temptation and actively choosing not to succumb to it. It involves willpower and self-control to oppose the desire to engage in specific behavior. Some key characteristics is the reactive strategy. It deals with temptation as they occur. Most people live their life as a reactive strategy. You really want to be proactive, like the top one we talked about. Reactive, it's a lot harder. You have to have a lot of willpower. And if you are really, really hungry and you go into Chick-fil-A, you're probably going to get the fried chicken. But if you proactively think about it and go in there with a plan to eat the market salad, you're going to come out winning on top. The next one is willpower dependent. Heavily relies on one's self-control and emotional regulation capabilities at the moment. And I have a lot of willpower. There are some times where I break down, but I would say over half the people in the United States do not have the willpower to not go for the mouthgasm, to go for the salad, not put on the fattening dressing, just to squeeze on some lemon or something like that if there was no other option. That willpower is hard to get to. It's definitely hard to teach, and it's definitely hard to get your mouth to say no to the mouthgasm that you get from the fried chicken. But you gotta sacrifice someplace to get what you want. Endurance focused requires enduring the presence of temptation and overcoming it through mental or emotional effort. That's going to be tiring for sure. I know there are times I get tired of, picking the right choices, picking the right foods, getting up, going to the gym, going out to the garage and working out. Every day I wake up a lot of times. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to go back to bed. But I just get up and do it anyways because I've already set the intention the night before that I'm going to get up and work out. Like this morning I had to get up at 4 o'clock and I did not set the intention to work out. But I didn't feel right all day. I'm sluggish. My brain's not working very good. But it is what it is. Some of the benefits of resisting temptation: builds self-discipline and strength of character as it trains you to handle impulses effectively, which is really good. It provides a sense of achievement and enhances self-efficiency each time a temptation is successfully resisted. Useful in situations where avoidance is impossible or impractical. You've got to use your willpower. Willpower, I wish I could teach my kids willpower. I'm going to try, and I keep trying, but it's one of those things where you either, it's not like you have it or you don't, but a lot of people don't have it, and they just don't want it. They're not trying to. So if I was you and I'm listening to this, I would definitely start striving to get more willpower and learn how to use that willpower for good and to get you in a better spot mentally, physically, and health-wise. So let's compare the two. While both strategies are effective in managing temptations, they serve different contexts and have a different implication for personal growth and behavior management. Avoidance is generally considered easier because it minimizes the need to use willpower continually. However, it might not always be possible or healthy to completely avoid certain temptations, especially those related to fundamental human interactions and experiences. I totally agree with that. Now, you can make some bad decisions on eating and be okay with, but if you're skipping out on, hanging out with people and different things like that, you can get depressed and you might sink down into just staying at home all the time and never leaving. It could go down the wrong path. So, resisting, on the other hand, while more challenging, helps to strengthen willpower and can be more rewarding. It is particularly valuable in situations where you cannot control every aspect of your environment or when facing temptations provides an opportunity for personal growth. I love personal growth. I love hanging out with people, but if it's the wrong people, you really got to pick your battles and see if it's gonna actually offer you something or you can offer them something, and really think about, is this hurting me or is it actually helping me and helping me grow and getting closer to my goals. All right, in summary, choosing between avoiding or resisting temptation often depends on the context, the specific temptation, personal strength or weakness, and the potential benefits of facing versus avoiding the challenge. Combining both strategies appropriately can lead to the most sustainable and effective outcomes in managing behaviors and maintaining discipline. All right, if you got any good value out of this, please share it with your friends and family. Share it with anybody. Share it on social media. And I really appreciate everybody listening. Thanks a lot. Bye.